subtool, Boolean, dsubdiv is on, make union mesh, or make Boolean mesh. And then here's our umesh here with all the different subtools here. So now I can just go to render, external renderer, Keyshot, and we'll just send that on over. Cool, cool. Thanks for everybody for showing up. We're just kind of going through here. Modeling the toes out on a foot. Oh, I have more of that too. So when we did the, so if you go to my, I'll stop spamming for just a second, but go to my playlist channel and go to the live stream highlights and go all the way down for both the Pixelogic and my personal YouTube channel, and you'll see I do a female anatomy walkthrough, I do a male anatomy walkthrough, we model the feet, we Z-remesh, we get mouth bags, we project. So all that stuff should be in here, or should be available to you. So if we want to render this thing, super duper easy and super fun. So we'll go in here to like our plastics here, and we'll do hard plastics, and like we did on the other channel, we can just do orange. And now that we got those dragged out, we can just keep reusing. So I can keep reusing this orange for like the feet and the legs, and then the yellow here. And then we need a metal here, so I'm going to go grab metal. And like I said before, I go through all this Keyshot stuff a lot. So we'll just grab a stainless steel on here. If I don't like that look, I can double click it. And we can go in here to, you know what I want to do. Let's just do steel. Basic. Polished. There we go. We can change that roughness up a bit. We'll make that a little bit darker. There we go. Keyshot. Also, if we wanted to light those eyeballs up, what might be kind of fun, let's go to Edit, Add Geometry. We'll do a cylinder. No, let's do a sphere. So I'm going to add a sphere here. I'm going to right-click that sphere. We're going to go to Move Part. And now we can scale this part down. I don't know if this is a Pro-only feature. I have the the Keyshot Pro, but you can go to ZBrush's website and you can download the ZBrush to Keyshot Bridge. You can do, and you have the caveat, the catch is you have to go through ZBrush to render your stuff, but that's actually okay with me. So it's a lot cheaper to do it that way. So now what I can do is I can go to my materials here. Let's type in emissive. We'll do an emissive cool, and that'll kind of give it a little emissive light in here. You can go through here and change that intensity down. So another cool thing you can do is that'll kind of light up his eyeball there. Another cool thing you can do is, let's go to scenes here, and we can go ahead and right click, duplicate that one, and then we can now take this one and we can go to move, and we'll go ahead and move this over to the other eyeball. Cool. And now we can also do custom lighting, so we can go to File, Edit, Add Geometry, Plane. And now we can take this plane here, and we can move this one. Rotate this plane around here, move it up, scale it up. And now instead of emissive here, we can just go to like an area light and put this on here. And then we double click these properties. We can go through here. Let's change this to watts. And now we can kind of put in a custom plane. Now, of course, you don't need to do that. You can go to your, turn off your plane here. And instead of the Z startup environment, you can go up here to environments. And ZBrush, if you have the ZBrush Keyshot Bridge, they have their own custom environment lighting here. So you can kind of make him look like he's on a Pixelogic roof or in Barcelona. And a little patio here. Kind of cool stuff. If you don't want to see that, go over here to environments, turn on color, and just do a dark gray like that. Now, if you did want to mix environment lighting with custom lighting, you just go back to your scene here, turn on your polyplane, and now you've got your custom lighting built in. If you don't want to see this, just double click it and say not visible to camera. And now it'll still light up your thing, but not totally. And then you can go back here to your environment lighting and turn that down. And now you can kind of dial in all this stuff. Now, if you wanted to do something like glass or, let's see, glass or beer, we can, oh, it's another thing too. If you want to keep this around, let's go to scene, and we'll do, instead of the set scene sets default, I'm going to right click this and do add a scene set. I'm going to call this beer chicken. So now that we're on beer chicken here, we're on this scene set. Now we can go ahead and switch back and forth. So we'll go over here to materials. beer, and we can just drag that onto the top node, and that'll just replace all of this with beer. So now he's got beer with emissive eyes. Ta-da! But of course, if you want it to render correctly, you're going to want to go to lighting. We're on basic. So as you step through here, it's changing some of these properties here. If you go to full simulation, that's when it turns on caustics, and that's when light starts coming in and bouncing around, and the liquid starts behaving more appropriately. So if we go over here to scene, and we grab our plane properties here, we can crank up the wattage. We can kind of start shining that through like so. And we can also go in here to edit. Add geometry. We'll do a ground plane, and by default, ground plane is just set up to capture shadows and stuff. But if we double click it, we can change that to like a plastic, and now we can kind of see how the light's interacting with the beer. Going through here, we have our emissive eyeballs embedded in there, and that's how it's kind of creating these caustics and stuff. That's bouncing these little rays around, and color is being applied to different things here. So pretty cool, pretty easy. Why is the stream at 720p?